You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. You're with your boy Q Hicks. Right now, I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. We got a lot of topics to cover today for y'all. A lot of controversial topics, too, that we're going to get into. So let's go dive into it.
Yes, first, before we dive into the sports spot, I definitely want to let y'all know that we have been reviewing the Lovecraft Country show that's been coming on HBO. So if you've been watching that, you've been keeping up, definitely go check out our reviews. Even if you haven't started yet, definitely watch the show because the show is lit and it's definitely fire, bro. So yeah,
you got to pay attention to every scene. Every scene holds weight. Every little thing that you notice that you think might be important, it is. So just make sure y'all take notes and rewatch and all that.
Yeah,
and we it's another show I just started today. It's on Hulu. It's called Woke. Y'all need to.
I seen that yesterday.
It's pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie. First episode had me rolling. I ain't gonna lie.
What is it about though?
It's about this black dude. Okay, you seen Barbershop 3, right? Damn, I was gonna say it was that one black dude that everybody thought was gay in the barbershop, but he was just like a real nerd for the most part. But I can't remember. I can't think of his name right now. But it was that dude. He's the star of the show. It's about this black dude. And he's a very on the fence type black person. He's one of those black people that you don't consider black for the most part. And he's going about his everyday life. He's the artist of this new upcoming popular cartoon show called Toast and Butter. And he gets his ass kicked by the police one day. And then from him facing that experience, he gets out of this daze after getting his ass kicked by them. He's now woke. Like, he sees all the shit that he was ignoring at first, like the police brutality. Like, he didn't think nothing like that would ever happen to him. Like, certain things that were racist, he didn't feel were racist. But after he got beat up by the police, he's woke now. He's like, he's so aware of everything. And he can talk to, like, inanimate objects now. And, like, the inanimate objects are voiced by famous black people and stuff like that. So,
It's a cartoon or like a real show?
It's a real show, but the inanimate objects are cartoon figures once he starts talking to them. Like, it's real funny. Like, Cedric the Entertainer was a trash can. Funny as hell. Like, y'all gotta get on it. It's called Woke. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out though. I'm definitely gonna check.
And I think all of season 1 is on there right now. I think all 10 episodes are on there.
Damn, I thought they just put it on the Hulu.
They did. They just put it out. They just put the whole season out. Whole first season.
Damn. All right, then, yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that one out. But I don't know though. Because the first show I had got on with Hulu, bro, was All American. And season 1 was decent, but season 2 was so trash. I don't know if I like what Hulu been really recommending.
But it's different, though. I feel like Woke is a completely different type of show than All American. All American really tried to be like a reality show type shit. I think that's why you probably ain't mess with it like that, in a sense.
You mess with it?
I wasn't really too into it. It's straight. I don't think it's a bad show. I just wasn't interested in it when I seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, because I seen season 1, bro. It was straight. It wasn't fire. It was straight. I'll just leave it at straight. But season 2, my nigga, it was just too much corny shit was going on in season 2 that I couldn't get past, bro. It's like I was 3 to 4 episodes deep in season 2 and I couldn't get past. So I was like,
I could deal with corny, but I don't know. I have certain feelings about corny because I watch corny stuff a lot. Like, I feel like you just have to have a certain level of corniness, and that corniness might have just went through the roof with season 2. So.
Oh, and bro, I ain't even tell you. I went to go watch Tenet the other day on Tuesday, bro. The most confusing shit I've ever watched in my life.
Oh, don't say that.
Yes, my G. I was in the movie 2 minutes in. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. Hey, to all the listeners, if you ever watched Inception, this is 10 times worse. This is 10 times worse than Inception. If y'all thought Inception was bad, this is 10 times worse. You're not going to get it because they're inverting through time, reverting through time. Then you got like 3 versions of yourself. It's just too much going on. Christopher Nolan, I rock with you for Dark Knight and for Memento and Prestige. But this was you outsmarted yourself for this, right?
I'm about to say
it's can't keep up.
Nolan. I rock with Christopher Nolan so heavy. Please don't say that. Oh,
it was just too much going on, bro.
Do you feel like it's because he's trying to like branch into a new superhero or new hero category? Do you feel like that's why it wasn't really that good?
But it wasn't even like a superhero film though. Like it didn't even give you that superhero.
But not even superhero, but like he's creating like an entire new protagonist, damn near. Like something that we've never seen before. Do you feel like that's why?
Okay, so they were hinting out that in the film, so that's probably what he was trying to go for, but still, bro. You couldn't realize that during the film. But they used the word protagonist a lot in the film, so I can understand why you bring up that question. Yeah. So I can see if he was trying to go with that. But still, the film is just too confusing to keep up with.
Like, I didn't want to say hero because like he doesn't really give me hero vibes. The movie doesn't give me hero villain vibes. It just gives me. I'll just say James Bond just for an example. Not saying it's related to James Bond, but you know how we know a James Bond type film when we see it. I feel like that's what he was trying to do with this. He's trying to create a Tenet type feel to where years down the line, if you see another movie similar, you'll be like, that reminds me of Tenet. I feel like that's what he's trying to do.
It was James Bond, bro, but James Bond's plots are pretty simple that you can keep up with. But this is just, you can't keep up with it, my G. And the fact, when I was watching the movie, bro, I couldn't really understand what they were saying. It's because, obviously, it took place in London. And I needed to watch it with subtitles. And I didn't have subtitles. It was hard to keep up with what they were saying, bro. Literally, I debated on walking out multiple times throughout this movie. I'm telling y'all. I'm warning y'all before y'all pay y'all money to go see it, that I'm giving y'all this expectation. But it was real confusing. Even when I watched the breakdown of the movie, I was still like...
So you watched the explain videos after?
I watched the explain video and all, and I was still confused, bro. Me and Mount, shout out to Mount, bro. We had watched it together, bro, and I was just like, I still don't understand.
Lamorne Morris, that's his name. The star of the show Woke that I was telling y'all about on Hulu.
Okay.
Lamorne Morris, that's his name. Pretty funny dude. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, I remember him from the actual trailer of Barbershop. So but let's actually dive into these sports, bro. The NBA playoffs obviously are still going on right now. Had a heated battle last night with that Toronto and Boston series going Game 6. How do you feel like it will go in Game 7? Game 7 tomorrow.
Man, I picked Boston to win the series. But I will not be surprised if Toronto win. I still got Boston winning. Shout out to my cousin Marquise and his friend Dre. He FaceTimed me after the game. Bro, you know we were supposed to win, right? You know we supposed to win the series. Y'all was supposed to win, why it ain't happened yet? Because,
they feel like they getting hold by the refs.
Yeah. But I kept telling them, I'm like, bro, y'all can't blame the officials for 3 of their wins. Like, y'all should have been closed this series out. If you real Celtics fans think that this shit should have been over, y'all should have been closed it. But like Van Vliet said, y'all should have never gave up that 2-0 lead. But once y'all gave that up, that opened the door. So congratulations to Nick Nurse. You scared me for a second when you got down 2-0. I wasn't going to jump off the train, but you was scary. I was like, hold on now. I just did all this praise for you. But shout out to Toronto pushing it to Game 7. I feel like Celtics still going to close it out because I feel like they have the better talent. But Toronto definitely showing the better heart right now. That's why I won't be surprised if they come out with the win. And Coach Nurse definitely out coaching Stevens right now.
Yeah. Bro, how do you feel about that one play? I don't know if you watched the game last night?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that one play when it was Jason Tatum was handling the ball, bro, and Nick Nurse was like kind of on the court, and like he ended up passing it, or Tatum ended up passing it out of bounds because it looked like Nick Nurse was like an actual player, and that was like a big part of the game, and that was a big play. So how do you feel about that, bro? Should he got an attack or something?
I don't feel like he shouldn't have got a tech because I feel like, first off, Nick Nurse wasn't on the baseline. He was near the baseline, but he wasn't on it. And his Jason Tatum's teammate, white dude, center, can't never remember his name.
Tice.
I don't know why I want to say Tyson, but Tice was literally standing right next to Coach Nurse. So I'm like,
but why are you that close? But why are you that close if you Nurse? You mighty close to the court, bro. While we're over here,
he was wrong for being that close, but it didn't deserve a tech. It wasn't wrong to the point where he should have got technical for it. But regardless, you threw it to the area of your teammate. Everybody's acting like Tice wasn't standing right there. Now, if nobody was over there and Coach Nurse was on the baseline like that, then okay. But you had a whole teammate right there, and when he threw it in that direction, Tice didn't even go for the ball. Like, it's like Tice watched the ball just go past him. So I'm like, I don't see what the problem is. Like,
but the thing was, bro, it looked like he was throwing it to Nurse because Nurse looked like an actual player.
So you didn't see
Tatum.
You didn't see this damn near 7-foot dude in your uniform, but you seen dude considerably smaller than him in a suit off to the side. Your color peripheral did not get that.
Still, bro, the attention is taken off of Tice, bro. When you see somebody in the corner as like he still shouldn't have been that.
Tice was in the corner. Tice was literally damn near in the corner.
He was in the corner, but he wasn't in the corner like Nurse was, and that's why it was like such a big deal. It's like, why are you so close to the court? Because it looked like he was on the court. I don't think Jason Tatum gave him any blame, but I know Jaylen Brown had came out earlier last night and said, like, nah, he should have got taken up. Coaches should have self-control enough to not be actually on the court. You have all that sideline space that you can work with. Why are you so close to the court, and why are you so close to Tice? Like you said, he's right next to Tice. Why are you even that close to him in the first place? Would be my first question. So they didn't give him a tech, and I feel like the tech would have messed up the feeling of the game, but I feel like it would have been deserved. I wouldn't have been mad at it because it's like, man, you in the way, and it looked like he was throwing a pass to Nurse because you on the field and you look like a player. Ooh, man, that blew me last night. I was going for the Raptors last night. I did want the Raptors to push it to 7. So I'm glad.
I'll say around after the end of regulation, I was low key going for the Raptors. I was like, well, shit, if the Celtics can't just end it tonight, then Raptors go ahead and push to 7. Win tonight so y'all can push to game 7.
So how do you feel about that one Kemba Walker foul, man? And just Kemba Walker's effectiveness in general only had 5 points last night, bro. Do you feel like he will be factor moving forward? Do you think like he is more of a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown show right now?
My cousin TJ, he posted on Facebook, I think it was it last night or early this morning? He said he feels like that was Kemba Walker's worst playoff performance of all time. And
I mean, he hasn't had that many.
I was like, first off, he had that many, but you technically not wrong if we just going off of the amount of playoff games. Yeah, I say yeah, I agree with that. But when it comes to that foul, I personally feel like he was fouled, but it was due to the fact that he was hit on his wrist. There was no body contact made to say that was a foul. So when he was on the ground and he was telling the ref when he was doing this, I was like, I gotta watch the replay. When I watched the replay, his wrist was touched to where it should have been called a foul, but when they did the replay was for an entirely different call after that. So I was like, regardless of whether it was a foul or not, the replay isn't gonna help you. That's just a play where you can be like, damn, it is what it is. Let's just go back play defense.
And it's funny, bro, because Boston, they can make all the excuses they want to, but they shouldn't even been in that position in that game just alone. In game 6,
not even been in that game. Seriously,
exactly. The games, bro. It was multiple times throughout that game that they could have easily broke the game open. In Toronto, whether it was a steal by Lowry or steal by Van Vliet, they always just kept it close. They just found a way. And Norman Powell, man, played big last night.
For real.
The Powell. I didn't like that he shot one of the game winners in overtime, but he definitely played big last night for that team.
Yeah, he hit one of them corner threes that was real key to the game. I think it was like 2 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter. And he hit one of them big corner threes. I was like, okay.
And shout out to Kyle Lowry too, bro, because a lot throughout his career until last season, he was getting clowned a lot for his playoff performances, man.
Yeah.
He hit one of the biggest shots, or hit the biggest shot of the game, like the ice it last night, bro. So he definitely deserves a lot of credit. He done came a long way from them.
Yeah, I was one of the people that was clowning him. But
me too.
I feel like the clowning came just because of the fact LeBron was just running the East so much, and we know the Raptors were just inherently losing to LeBron like that, to where Lowry's name was always kind of diminished because of that. And then the first year of LeBron being out of the East, you got Kawhi on the team, and he's the face of the team. So now it's Kyle Lowry. Your job is just to be the number 2 player, and he couldn't even really do that well last year to a certain extent. So this year is the year for redemption for him to finally show everybody, look, I could actually be a good point guard in the league right now. I could be a number one point guard for a team, like all jokes aside. So congrats to Kyle Lowry for actually showing heart. So he showed a ton of heart last night.
Yeah, and he played good last year too, though. It was some games where he definitely slipped up, and you was like, oh, that's the old Kyle Lowry. But nah, he was more consistent than in past years.
Because his job was just to not mess up. Like, he didn't have to lead the team. All you had to do was just give Kawhi the ball, facilitate the floor, and hit 2 or 3 shots when you need to hit 2 or 3 shots. That was his job last year.
He is Mr. Raptor for a reason, bro. So definitely shout out to Kyle Lowry, bro.
But it was another play in that game. It was literally the end of the game. And it was the argument that him and Coach Nurse had when he was trying to inbound the ball for 0.5 seconds. I didn't understand that situation. I don't know why Nick Nurse was trying to call timeout. I was like, bro, just let him throw the ball in the game. But I guess Coach Nurse wanted the ball at the half court spot because I guess he thought anything could have happened in that situation. So, but I don't know. I feel like Kyle Lowry was right to be upset with that situation.
Oh, most definitely. Because all you had to do was throw the ball in, and the game's over. You call a timeout, you giving them time to set up a defense. Now it's like, bro, you wasting time. Like the game could have been over. We could have been walking to the locker room, but we still standing here. And you give them a chance to actually steal the ball or some crazy shit.
Because Kyle Lowry, he wasn't even trying to be disrespectful because everybody was like coming over. Some of the assistant coaches, they were coming over him trying to calm him down. He was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's like, coach, what the hell are you doing? Like, the game over. Like, we up by, how much it was up by, like 3-4 points?
Probably 3,
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, the game over. It's half a second. If all I got to do is throw the ball across court, I don't even have to pass it in front of me. If I throw it across court, I know damn well they ain't gonna get a shot off. Like, so I agree with Lowry in that situation.
Who do I got for this series? I'm still trying to think who I got for this series, bro. It's tough. Cause, like you said, bro, the Celtics do have the better talent. But the Raptors showed me a lot last night, bro. So I'm gonna ride out with the Raptors. I did pick the Celtics in 6, even though I picked the Raptors in 7 a month ago, so I was switching up heavy with this series. But I'm gonna go back with the Raptors though for Game 7. I'm rocking with the Raptors. And the heart they showed me last night, the big shots that were made by Lowry, giving me confidence to go out with the Raptors. Definitely giving me.
I'm gonna stick with Boston. I'll stick with Boston instead. I won't be surprised though if Toronto gets the.
What's the other series? So LA and Houston, bro. So it's been a pretty good series for the most part, man. LeBron taking over Eaton. This dude been blocking everything. I don't know what LeBron done had in his cereal the past couple of weeks, man. Blocking everything. No, that shit is
don't let him be security at the party. He ain't letting nobody straight block.
Bro, when I tell you this man is giving Russell Westbrook nightmares. Every time Russ go with a layup, LeBron is coming from behind and swatting that shit. That shit is ridiculous. But the series has been good for the most part, though. It's 2-1 Lakers right now. And you still sticking out with your Lakers in, what you said, Lakers in 6?
Lakers in 6.
Still sticking with that?
Yeah, I'll stick with that. I put the tweet out and I put a Facebook post out the other day saying LeBron really just be giving away game ones just so he can figure out how to beat you. And I feel like it's damn near true for this playoffs because gave the game 1 against Portland. And what did everybody say? I told y'all Portland had a chance. Portland gonna give LA a run for their money, 6-7 games. LeBron was like, all right, won 4 straight after that. Houston won game 1. See, Houston ain't Portland. I told y'all James Harden, that offense gonna be different, man. LeBron ain't gonna know how to handle it. He's quoting me
right now. He's quoting me.
That's how they gonna know how to handle that. 1-2 in a row just now. And I don't know now. I'm giving Houston that extra game over Portland because I still trust Houston to have one of them nights where they just shoot the lights out other than game 1. Because I feel like game 1 was just mostly bad Lakers, not so much good Houston. But I feel like we're going to have a night where James Harden just goes on a shooting spree. So I'm counting that and giving them that game 2. But I still got Lakers in 6. LeBron and AD going to get it done. And I like the way everybody else been stepping up.
I think a big factor in this series, and a lot of people aren't going to talk about it because it's like more of a role player, but Daniel House getting suspended or whatever he's going through right now with that whole sneaking a girl into his apartment or whatever, that situation is real big for the Rockets because he's a key role player. somebody who can defend and hit the three. And he's somebody that was dearly missed in game 3. And he's not playing in game 4 either. So it's just like, damn, you giving away role players. I think Covington, they said, is questionable if you're the Rockets. So 2 key role players for the Rockets are already like, House is already out, and then you got a questionable tag. So it's like, damn, even more of the burden got to go on Harden. Russ had a good game 3, but the first 2 games, this is like, man, bro, Russ has been. And I think the 2 X factors for these series, because I think everybody really cancels each other out for the most part, is Rajon Rondo and Russell Westbrook. I think those are the 2 X factors. Like, whoever plays better out of those two win the series. And Rondo was hitting threes in game 3.
Rondo was hitting threes, my God.
If Rondo is hitting threes, the Lakers are winning the finals.
I ain't never knew Rondo to hit threes like that. I had consistent. Bro, I told you Rondo was like, nah, stop that. You be the biggest Rondo fan out here. You know he is. Nah, you know Rondo not like this. Come on now. I don't care how big of a Rondo fan you is. OG Celtics days Rondo. No, he's never been like this. Like, stop that.
Bro, dude was like 4 for 6 or 5 from 7 from 3, bro. That was the key. That was the difference in the game. That was the difference in the game, bro. So if he plays like that, bro, this is the Lakers team, and they said.
Because I don't know if you seen when I tweeted, I was like, the only 2 people who had double-digit points going into the third quarter of the game were LeBron and AD. Like, nobody else had double-digit points going into the third quarter. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. Like, out of the 60-something points, LeBron and AD put up at least 42, 43 of them points. So I'm like, how the hell does that happen? Like, and amongst everybody else was the other 20-something points.
Yeah. And that's what they needed, though, bro. They just need a consistent third scoring punch. So wherever they can get it from, whether that's from Kuz or from Rondo or whoever steps up that night, bro, they can beat any team. Because like you said, AD and Bron, they're going to carry most of the load. They just need somebody else to give them that extra scoring punch. So Rondo scoring 21 in game 3, and when Kuz scoring, I think he scored 15 in game
14.
14 in game 2. So when it's consistent, when they get at least like little contributions like that, bro, that's all they need, bro, to actually put them over the top. So
that's why I kept telling people about Kuz, bro. It's like, it may not come every night, but in key moments where the game is on the line, Kuz gonna step up and do what he do. And I feel like that's what he did in game 3. Like, he really stepped up and showed everybody, look, I can be that third or that fourth person to give you 15 to 20 points on a night, depending on how much I get the ball. So I feel like Kuz did his thing in game 3, and I'm ready for game 4 to see who else is going to be the one to step up next.
Yeah. But if you're the Rockets, man, you just got a lot going against you right now. And one of the players that's going against you is on your team. Russell Westbrook is the player that's going against you because Harden is going to do Harden. I know people say Harden don't show up in the playoffs, but he's putting up the same stats that he's been putting up in the regular season. He's being the same Harden. But Westbrook isn't as effective like he was in the playoffs. Whether it's LeBron blocking the shot or if he's holding the ball for too long, it's just like he's not as effective as he was in the playoffs.
And I hate the fact that this is happening right now because I've been the one giving them praise that ever since Westbrook joined the team, over the regular season, their offensive numbers been through the roof. Like, their production, their efficiency has been through the roof. But ever since I don't want to say since they got in the bubble, but since the last few games of the bubble leading into the playoffs, it's like you've seen it go down more and more, and you're definitely seeing it go down this series for sure. I'm not sure what Westbrook has to do to fix that, but he got to find a way to fit the team. Because like you said,
he has to shoot.
Yeah, he said, I've just been running around doing nothing. Like,
exactly, bro. And don't let the 30 points fool you. Even though he had 30 points, it was a solid game for Westbrook, but it wasn't good. Yeah, like just because he had 30 points did not mean he played a good game. Westbrook has to shoot the ball for this Rockets team to win. Like, he's going into traffic against 3 players when he's wide open for a 3-point shot. It's like, bro, just take the 3. You're going to hit 40 or 30, 35% of the 3. Just shoot it.
That's literally what he did in game 1. In game 1, he was taking open shots. Like, they dared him to shoot, and he shot.
Exactly, bro. In game 2 and game 3, he hasn't been shooting them. So his confidence is going up and down right now when we need the confidence to be at all-time how to shoot the ball. He's going into traffic with Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis ain't going for none of that attack basket shit. He ain't going for none of that, bro. So you got to shoot the open shots because Harden is getting double teamed. So it's on you. It's on you and the shooter to step up. Eric Gordon and what's his name? Russell Westbrook. So he is the key, bro. Like I said, Harden is going to do Harden, bro. He put up 39 and 9 the other night. Well, he's gonna do hard shit when he gets from Westbrook to shoot the basketball. Really. Because they're leaving you wide ass. What do you want them to do? So, like, hey. So we moving on. I still got the Lakers at 6 though, man. It's hard to see it go further than that, especially with that house situation like that earlier. What's the other series? Denver versus the Clippers. Edgar, bro, what's going on with them? What's going on with them Nugs?
Man, you finna get your $5. I'll go ahead. You finna get your $5, man.
I was just about to say that.
Man, this is crazy to me. I mean, I picked the Clippers to win in 6, but look like this finna end in 5. So, Kawhi doing what he do. The middle finger block. Literally showing the claw at that point. They just been putting on a strong defensive effort. Denver don't look like they know how to score at all whatsoever. I don't even think they've had a strong lead in this series since the series started. So Clippers just doing what they do best, playing solid defense, scoring when necessary. Paul George ain't have to be anything spectacular just because the team as a whole been putting such a strong effort up. So I got.
He's playing way better. He's playing way better than that last.
Yeah, but it's like he's not having to be outstanding like we were expecting him to be against the Mavs to a certain extent. Like he doesn't have to be that right now, so the pressure is off, and I feel like that's why he's doing so much better right now. But I got the Clips ending it in 5. I had it going 6, but they're gonna shut it out in the next game.
Yeah, man. I tried to tell y'all last week, bro. The Clippers were playing around in the first round. It went to 6. I know it went to 6, and I know we didn't expect 6, but they were playing around. They were sleepwalking.
7.
I went to 6.
What is it?
It went to 6.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the game that
the Mavs won 2 games.
Oh, I'm thinking of a whole nother series.
Yeah, the Mavs won 2, so it went to 6. So they sleptwalked through that with Paul George playing terrible in like 3 of those games. But they all have came to play. They've raised their level. Like I said before, they always played down the competition. In game 2, I think we've seen that. They played down the competition and they got smacked up. The last 2 games and in game 1, they're playing above their competition, playing like the Clippers like we know they can play like. And they've been solid, killing them. Hasn't even really been close. The games haven't been close, really. Pat Bev playing great defense on Jamal Murray, man. I think Jokic getting his, but it's still not really doing anything. I do want to talk about MPJ and his situation that was in the post-game conference. So MPJ did say that he feels like the offense is predictable. But he is a rookie now. I want to paint the picture. He's a rookie that is criticizing coaching and says that he needs to be involved in the game plan and they have to get more players involved because it's running through Murray and Jokic way too much. So, Edgar, what is your opinion on that?
I honestly don't feel like MPJ was wrong for what he said. Should he have said it to the coaches and the team first? Yes, but being that he didn't and he was presented the question by the press, he didn't voluntarily say it. He was asked the question and he felt that was his opportunity to say that. But I get it. He's a rookie. Like, part of the rookie process is you got to pay your dues before you can just start speaking out like that against the team. But I honestly feel like what he said was the truth. And they're facing elimination right now. So I feel like he was completely right to say what he said. And he wasn't wrong. Like, Denver right now is playing very predictable according to the Clippers, the way they're playing against them. It's like they know what they're going to do before they do it. Jamal Murray has been shut down for the most part this series. I expected him to score at least 40 points in at least 2 games. And he hasn't even done that. He hasn't even nearly done that yet. So the fact that MPJ is right on the fact that they're predictable, they need to change their offensive scheme. He's not wrong for saying that. I totally back up what he's saying. Rookie or not, you should have the opportunity to voice your opinion. If you're contributing on the team and you have the ability to be the face of the franchise in the near future, I feel like you have the right to say something like that.
But that's the point, though, bro. Even though you're all the face of the franchise and all that, you have to come to us first. It doesn't matter what the question was, what they asked you. We've seen many players talk around the question, not directly answer the question, or however, just to get around it, just to deflect it. But don't blame the coach straight up in the media. Because now your teammate chemistry ain't going down. And it's funny, bro, because we seen it on the court yesterday. It was a lot of bad body language from the Nuggets, man. A whole lot of bad body language. After somebody took a shot, somebody was, Jokic, I think it was one play that I seen a replay of.
Yeah.
Jokic had swung the ball to MPJ, and somebody was open down low. And MPJ ended up shooting the ball with 2 people on him. And Jokic was like, oh my God, he's shooting the ball. So it's like a lot of bad body language already. And then you compound it with the post-game press conference and you trying to spill all the beans, trying to criticize the coach. And it's like, hey, nah.
I don't feel like he really criticized anybody because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's criticism because you say the play style needs to change. That goes with the coach. So, but I don't feel like any disrespect was given because what he said was we have a lot of talented scorers on this team and we need to find a way to move the ball more effectively and get more people involved. I feel like that was the most professional response you could have gave to that question. Like, we have talented people on the team. Huh?
I said, you still got to deflect it, bro. You can't answer that directly.
Knowing me, I probably would have answered the same.
Because he was questioning Jamal and Jokic at the same time.
I don't feel like he was questioning. I just feel like he was saying, like, we're trying to force feed it through y'all two, and it's not working, and now we're facing elimination. I feel like we have other talented scorers where y'all can still be the primary, but we need to find a way to get other people's shots, too. I feel like that's all he was saying.
And I don't think it was just running through Jokic and Murray last night. Murray didn't really take that many shots last night. So it wasn't like they were, like, force-feeding it to him. It was just like the other players wasn't knocking down shots. I was the game.
Now, according to last night's game, yeah, you could say that. But
and
I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm saying. So you criticizing the coaching when really y'all lost the game because the shooters are not hitting open shots. Grant had open shots last night. He missing. Monte Morris had a lot of open shots. He missing. I think they went like 3 of like 30 something from the 3-point line. So it's like it's not that you're force feeding them. You're getting good shots. You're just not hitting them, bro. So the fact that you blaming the coach when that's not even the problem with your team. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like that's not gonna go over well for you in the locker room. Especially when you're a rookie, you already getting questioned for your defense. Your defense ain't the best. You already getting questioned for that, and you're not getting the playing time you want because of that. And you gonna criticize the coaching? The coach can sit him down tomorrow and say, "Hey, bro, I ain't gotta mess with you no more. You messing up your coach relationship. That's somebody you gotta mess with for the next 5 years, and you already straining that relationship. So why do it? You ain't even feet wet enough to be talking."
I feel like this situation kind of it's a different situation because one is talking to the media and one is talking to an actual player. But I think of the Iman Shumpert and Carmelo Anthony situation where Shumpert was a rookie in New York, and he didn't like the way Melo would purposely not pass people the ball, even though he would be double teamed, and it would just be a terrible look for Melo, and Melo would still choose to shoot and not pass. And Iman Shumpert, his rookie year, he said he addressed it. He addressed that shit in the locker room. He was like, "Man, I don't care because I'm a rookie. Y'all scared to say something to do. I'm finna say something. Like, I don't like that he's on this and that and everything." And he said something to Melo, and Melo was looking at him crazy. It was like, bro, like, you need to get used to that. Like, that's just how I play. Like, if I give you the ball and you miss, best believe you're not getting the ball ever again. Like, so you need to just get used to the way I play and understand that's just how I go. If Shumpert took that and he was like, damn, like, okay, like, I guess I just got to learn through experience with you.
But that's the difference, though. That's the difference, though. It was in the locker room. If it was in the locker room, ain't nobody saying anything. You feel what I'm saying? If you criticizing the coach and saying, "Coach, we got to get more players involved, though. I need to get more touches." If you saying that in the locker room, it's cool because nobody in the media know it. But they both
rookies at the time of this happening. MPJ a rookie now, and Shumpert was a rookie then.
But that's cool. And I feel like Iman Shumpert had way more games under his belt than Michael Porter Jr. has as well. And I think Iman probably was starting at that time too. So it was a difference in that, but still the locker room component was the biggest part. I feel like him talking to the media first about the issue was the big problem. That was the issue. If you cut out the media and you talk to your coach about what exactly what you said to the media, you say that to your coaches, fine. That's fine. But the fact that you told the media first, because you remember in the interview he had said, he was like, "Yeah, I got to talk to coach later about it." It's like, damn, you ain't even tell the coach first, but you telling the media? Like, that's crazy. And that's why there's so many issues. It's like, yeah, we know you're a talented rookie or whatever, but you can't just be out to the media speaking like that. You straining relationships in the locker room already in your rookie year.
I don't know. I'm just on the side of the player with that one. I'm on the side of the player. As opposed to the principal. If I had to choose between the principal and the player, that's the situation where I'm choosing the player.
Because even in that Iman Shumpert situation, bro, I'm glad he did that. But what Melo told him? What Melo had told him?
If I pass you the ball, like, you better make it. Because if you don't, I ain't
exactly. I'm still gonna do me. So even if he told the people that in the locker room, it could go either way. I'm talking about MPJ. So if he went to the coach and said, "Coach, I think people could get more involved," the coach could tell him, "Fuck you, nigga. I ain't gotta change nothing. Nigga. You know what I'm gonna keep doing me." Or the coach could have gave him a nice response and say, "Okay, we'll look into it going in the next game." But the fact you came out to the media, man, the coach ain't gonna change nothing. We're gonna keep doing the same thing because you want to come out to the media and you want to say something. If anything, we're gonna get you less involved because you want to talk to the media. So you just messing up your touches, you messing up your time because you want to come out to the media first and you don't want to have that conversation with your teammates. None of that should have been said to the media, period. You can't say that to the media. Yeah. Because I was about to say, even if you're a vet, you can't say that. But if you're a vet, you can definitely say that.
I would say, if you're a vet, you damn sure can say whatever.
Yeah, if you're a vet, you can say that, bro.
If your name hold weight, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, if you're a vet, you can definitely say that, bro. But a rookie, you really ain't seen nothing. Your feet ain't even that wet in the league to be talking and criticizing the coach. It's like, all right.
Do you also feel like it's because of the team he's on too? Because let's say this was during the regular season right now, and it was R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett's on the Knicks. He's damn near like the biggest name at the Knicks right now, but he's a rookie. So do you feel like he could be in a situation where he could say something like that, as opposed to MPJ when you're on a team who's a top 4 team in the West, you deep in the playoffs and you're not the biggest name there, as opposed to being a rookie but you're the biggest name at a man.
It still would be issue. It still would be an issue because you, like I said, you still ain't got enough experience in this league. You don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? What Stephen A. say? You wet behind the ears. You don't know nothing. You don't even know nothing to be talking about a coach, and you don't know nothing about game planning to be criticizing me. You feel what I'm saying? So even if it was R.J. Barrett in New York, you can't criticize nobody else, man. You just do what you need to do. Whatever I'm telling you to do, you do. You feel what I'm saying? Until you get enough experience, so now we can respect what you say. But we can't respect what you're saying when you're a rookie because you don't know nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't been on the court on that long to tell me how to do my job. You feel what I'm saying? So even if it was that situation with a young team, I feel like it still would be. All right, what is another playoff series? But what's the last one? Oh, Miami.
That was it. Yeah, because Miami won.
Yeah, Miami 1-5. Let's clap it up for my dog, man. Let's clap it up, man.
Heat Nation.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got to get a Tyler Hero jersey. Got to.
Play big. And
hey, he a killer. He ain't Luka, but he a killer though. He a killer.
But look, this is what I say, bro. We got Hero. We got Bam. We got Duncan Robinson coming up now. I'm telling y'all, if we make it to the finals, I could be looking at a Heat dynasty.
Y'all thought I was playing.
That's it, man. We could be looking at a Heat dynasty here, man.
Bro, everybody thought I was playing when I said that. People still think I'm playing. Still people out there who think I'm playing. I'm like, when I said the Heat was going to be the dark horse to the finals, I said this like in the middle of the summer. Did I not? Mm-hmm. I said this before the bubble even came back. I was like, if the bubble comes, if the league come back at all, the Heat are going to be the sleeper team to actually make it to the finals in the East. Everybody thought I was crazy, and it's low-key finna happen. I feel like regardless of if they play Toronto or Boston, the Heat is going to be the team that plays whoever out of the West in the finals.
Yeah. I don't think they beating nobody out West, but I think...
they ain't going to beat nobody, but they're going to get it. They're going to make it.
Yeah. So I'm definitely on that Heat train to the finals, though. But, like I said, I can definitely see potential dynasty, bro, if a couple things break our way. Maybe if Giannis comes, maybe if
Jimmy stay, if Jimmy Butler stay, oh yeah.
If B Bill, we still got Bradley Beal. We could get Bill, so it's like, hey, now it's a lot of ways that we can improve from this. Because the untradables or the untouchables are Bam gonna be there for the long haul, and Hero gonna be there for the long haul. So it's like, man, if we fill it out, if Jimmy stay at the level he at,
Coach Po's still young. Coach Po's still young, so he got a long time to still be in Miami. So he's showing no reason to be fired or want to quit or nothing. So, man, he got a whole new dynasty to try to build a name under. He already got the big three dynasty that he'll always be with. But now he got a chance to do that with a young crew that could probably give him an even better legacy than the big three.
I was about to say that. This is his best legacy. This is his best coaching job, period.
Yeah, for real.
No matter if he lose next round, if he get to the finals, this is his best coaching job, period.
The 2019-2020 season will go down as his best coaching year.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. But I do want to bring up Milwaukee because they do have to improve, obviously, because this season they didn't go as far as a lot of people thought coming into the season. But one possible thing that I heard could happen is a Chris Paul trade to the Bucks.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so how you feeling about that trade, bro? Do you feel like that would push them into the finals conversation?
I feel like they would have to. Do I feel like they would need another pick other than just not another pick, but you know what I mean, another person other than just CP3? I feel like they probably would, just in a sense of if you add CP3 to this team, you would have CP3, George Hill, Giannis, Chris Middleton. I don't know. I feel like you would probably have, it'll be nice, but I just feel like something would just still be missing. It's maybe like another bench player or something like that, like another 6-man possibly. But CP3 would definitely be a great addition no matter what team CP3 goes to. He's a plus no matter what. And he increases your chance to make the finals.
I think this is what Giannis is missing, man. A closer in general. We talked about it last week. He's missing a closer, and Chris Paul is a closer. But this is one thing I will say. Chris Paul has had a lot of playoff shortcomings himself.
Yeah.
Will that come together well with this team?
But it's like CP3 getting older too now. I mean,
and he's getting older.
Him and Bron the same age, but Bron 35 and CP3 35, 36 is completely two different things. Like CP3, you can tell that he up there in age. We talking about waiting a whole nother season to see that possibility come. And we know the injuries that he faces sometimes when in the postseason. So I don't know. It could be a plus, but that's definitely still a question mark to look out for.
And I was trying to figure out what Milwaukee would even trade to them. Because obviously you would have, I would think, Bledsoe would be in the trade. You got to get rid of Bledsoe. And then, but who else? Who else you throwing in the trade? Because they'll probably trade
some draft picks. I was just going to say.
Yeah, I heard they don't have any draft picks. Like none that OKC would want. So it's like, what are you trading other than Bledsoe for real? Like,
you literally have to trade two people. You would have to trade two people.
Maybe DiVincenzo.
No, you're going to have to trade. You have to trade Eric Bledsoe.
You need more than that. You need more than that.
You have to trade Eric Bledsoe. Maybe Chris Middleton.
Hell, man, you're getting rid of Chris Middleton.
Or Chris Paul. If you're OKC, you're definitely trying to hit. You're trying to hit Milwaukee.
Oh, if you're OKC, yeah, you want that, but the Bucks not giving them.
Oh, no, they're not going to voluntarily try to do that. No, I'm just saying. Like, the OKC would be like, we'll take Eric Bledsoe and we'll take Chris Middleton if you want CP3. That's damn near what they'll try to do.
And I would even question if OKC would want Bledsoe because you want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to come into his own now. Because he was playing a lot of the 2 guard this past year because Chris Paul was running the 1.
Eric Bledsoe would have to come off the bench. He'll have to come off the bench.
They probably would trade his ass again or something. After he trade his ass somewhere else.
He'll have to come off.
I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure that OKC does want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to run the point. Because he is the future of that team.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, yeah. But I guess we can stick with the OKC topic, bro. Billy Donovan, bro, in a surprising move, got fired this week.
Most surprising move of the week to me.
Yeah.
That made no sense. That made no sense.
What'd you say?
That made no sense to me at all.
Yeah, because he was voted coach of the year by the coaches. Wasn't by the media, but by the coaches. He was voted co-coach of the year because it was him and who else was it? Him and Jenkins, I think, from Memphis.
Yeah.
And Jenkins from Memphis, so they were co-coach of the year for the coaches. But it's like, damn, you just gonna kick him to the curb like that's after such a great season.
But it did say both sides just couldn't come to an agreement, so maybe he wasn't getting offered the money he wanted for an extension or something like that. Because I don't think they just fired dude. Because I'm like, bro, the season that he just gave y'all, like, I mean, y'all had CP3, but it's like, other than that, nobody's seen this Thunder team going the distance that they went. Like, nobody's seen this at all. Before the season even started, we was looking like CP3 on the Thunder. This is going to be a waste of a year for him. Like, he's going to be wasting a good year, like, still, that he could possibly provide a championship contending team and stuff like that. For him to lead this team deep into the playoffs the way he did, I'm just like, man, I don't see how that just didn't stick.
Yeah, man. But I was hearing that they didn't want Billy Donovan to go through another rebuild. Because this season was so great, because I guess they want him to get with another contender, somebody who can be actually contending, because I think they're going to tear all the way down this year. I think they're about to trade Chris Paul. I think they're going to let Gallinari walk. So it's going to be like Shea Gilgeous and a lot of young players, the Lou Dorts, the Darius Bazleys, the Diallos. That's going to be like the future core of the Thunder team. So they're going to be even worse next season than they were this year, or what we thought they were going to be this year. So that's probably that's what I was hearing, at least, why they got him out of there as well. They couldn't come to agreement with the money and what they're going to be, because it's going to be a full rebuild this season.
Yeah.
But it was still
that's probably a big part why he probably didn't want to resign.
Yeah. But where do you feel like is a good fit for Billy D, man? You think he's going back to college, man? What's going on with Billy D, man?
I'm a Gator, so I'm hopping on the train. Come back to UF, my guy. That'll build the recruiting process up, and that'll give us a fighting chance.
Fuck Mike White, that's how you feeling?
I don't want to say fuck Mike White, but Mike White, Billy Donovan, apples and oranges. Definitely
yeah,
apples.
Mike White been solid, man. Y'all be sliding my man.
He's solid, but it's like, you want Urban Meyer or you want Dan Muller? Like, that's the question that we presented right now.
That's true. Yeah, man. I don't think I heard a lot of rumors that he might be interested in going back to college, but I don't see him going back.
I see him staying in the NBA.
I see him staying in the NBA. I don't know who though, but I don't see him going back. Because he already there. I don't see him going back.
Philly got a coach?
No, they don't.
Go to Philly. I feel like Philly already damn near knocking on the door of rebuilding anyway. So it's like, I don't see him going to a team that's not looking to rebuild at this point. So if you couldn't work it out with OKC, I feel like might as well find another destination that has a better rebuild outlook for you. Because we've been talking about if Philly should trade both Embiid and Simmons, or either of the two. If they choose to only trade away one, it's not a total rebuild. So you have an opportunity to make do of what you have still in that team. So I feel like if Billy Donovan wants to go somewhere, I feel like Philly would be a good destination for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't even predict right now, man. But shout out to Billy D, man. He about to get paid wherever he go after this season, bro. Shout out to Billy D. Do want to give a shout out to Serena Williams. She, I think she's in the final. You told me for the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I believe she's in the finals now for it, because I think she just won her. I don't even know. She won so damn many. Another U.S. Open semifinal.
I think this will be 23. No,
I don't know. It's too many
major titles. I thought this would be 23.
Damn, I seen like the list of how many she got, but
yeah. But shout out to Serena, bro. On the way to get another one. She better be lucky my girl ain't in there. What's her name? Osama. Naomi. Yeah. I can't, because Naomi didn't play for social justice reasons.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, because Serena already know, but she got that thing too, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I just love seeing I love the friendly competition. I really do. Like, I love the fact that Serena's like the LeBron at this point. It's like, you still the best and you still in it, but you see the next talent that's coming in. The Cocos, the Naomis, like, you see the new wave that you done made. Like, tennis is like really going to be a monumental sport for black females, hopefully black males and females, but black females for sure in the upcoming future over the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, bro, because you seen that Nike commercial that just came out, bro, with Venus and Serena, bro. How they always want to compare black women, but we should be appreciating them at the end of the day.
Especially when we related. Like, come on now, just appreciate both of our legacies for real. Because I know a lot of people just downgrade Venus because Venus just ain't never touched the level of supremacy that Serena has. But Venus is really like that too, though. Like, people be forgetting that, Venus was really like that low key before Serena was. It's just Serena, once she took the baton, she ran off with it. But both of their careers are monumental. Both are legendary. Shout out to Nike for that commercial. Nike is the best advertiser in the world. I've said that, and I will continue to say that because they know how to send a message. Like Nike is the best at that. And same thing with the Drake music video, Laugh Not Cry Later. Like you got one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, you got one of the biggest artists in the world. The whole music video is basically a Nike commercial. Like, they know how to advertise. They're the best in the world at it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Serena. Shout out to Venus, though. All right, bro, let's move on to some NFL news, bro. A lot of contract extensions, really. The NFL season starts tonight, bro. Tonight is Thursday, and it starts in an hour, bro. So it's the Chiefs and the Titans tonight. Tonight. With Deshaun, we trying. All right, bro. So the news that we have is Clowney to the Titans for 1 year, 15 M's. Edgar, do you think that this makes a difference? And do you see the Titans back in the AFC Championship or deep in the playoffs?
I definitely see them in the playoffs. I don't see them going AFC Championship. But I like the Titans. I like where they're going. I know you got your Tanny wagon. Ridiculous. But you got Ryan Tannehill. You got Derrick Henry. You got A.J. Brown, who is on my fantasy team. Shout out to A.J. Brown. But I feel like it's a plus. You adding Clowney to that defensive line, I feel like that's definitely a plus. Your secondary is already stout as is, so I feel like the Titans can definitely have at least a 9-7, 10-6 season where they go into the playoffs, say either leading or second in their division.
They probably gonna be a top 5 to top 10 defense again, bro. They stout everywhere on that defense, bro. They stout. So if the wide receivers come to play, because I already know the Tanny wagon gonna do his thing. Derrick Henry gonna do his thing. It's just like they have a squad. I don't think they're gonna get deep in the playoffs like last year, but I agree with you. They will make the playoffs. I do see them getting there. But Clowney was wanted by a lot of teams, bro. He was wanted by the Saints. I heard that wanted him. The Browns offered him a contract, so he was wanted. I'm surprised he waited this late, honestly, to sign. Being that I think he signed on Tuesday. And the season started on Sunday, so I don't even know if he's ready, if he in football shape or not. But
I'm sure he's in shape. He just might not get as much PT this first week just because he got to learn the whole new playbook. So,
yeah, that's facts. Adrian Peterson got released by the Redskins in a surprising move. That junk killed me, dog.
This is why I don't play fantasy, because every time I think I'm straight.
I remember you told me that. Oh,
my God. And I was so looking forward to this because I'm like, he has no reason to not get at least 100 yards every game. He's on Washington. Like, they have nobody to lean on but him. So I picked him fantasy reason for that. And then they drop him, and he goes to the Lions. The Lions of all places.
He's going to get no carries.
He's going to get no carries. Matt Stafford is going to try to throw for 5,000 yards. This man is not going to get no touches. I'm just like, oh, my God.
How do you feel? Because I feel a way every time he gets released, bro. It's just like the respect for AP, man. It's just like it's not as high as it should be, bro.
But let me tell you why.
Releasing him like this, bro. He just had a good season. He had back-to-back almost 1,000-yard seasons, bro.
I know, but it's like the skill set of AP is not where it should be for the running backs in today's time. It's like he really has that early 2000s style play now to where it's like, yeah, he almost touched 1,000 yards these past 2 seasons, but it's like
he can't catch.
You can't catch. And you low-key still have a fumbling issue. So it's like, you only giving me one thing that I can use you for when dual threat running backs are essential in today's time. Same way dual threat quarterbacks are an essential part of the game today. Dual threat running backs. You have to be like Alvin Kamara. Whether you're Derrick Henry size or Alvin Kamara size, you need to know how to play like Alvin Kamara if you're a running back. And Adrian Peterson, it's like, hey, I can tote this bitch for you, but that's about it.
But just the respect factor to me, bro. He just getting tossed around to too many teams, bro. It's not messing up his legacy because obviously when you think of AP, you think about those Minnesota days. But it's like he getting tossed around way too much, released and all this. It's just like, man, you still got a GOAT in your backfield. Don't forget who AP is now. Don't forget who he is. But yeah,
I'm sure when in whatever locker room he steps in, the respect is there. But business is business at the end of the day.
That's true.
And another, I'm glad I said business is business. I hope Shaquem Griffin get on the team soon. Shout out to Shaquem.
Yes.
St. Petersburg, hometown hero. Got released from the Seahawks. I feel like he didn't have a reason to be released. I feel like he did good for the time that he was there. He did good enough to still be on the roster, in my opinion. But Seattle, they did business. I feel like it's a blessing in disguise, though. He'll get picked up by another team due to the film.
You said the Bucks. You want to go to the Bucks?
Yeah, I tweeted that the Bucks need to get at that, because what better place for him to be than at home? Like, be at home on the Super Bowl ready team, and you already got Devin White and Levante David, and you just adding Shaquem Griffin on top of that to come in for different plays. That'll be perfect, bro. And that'll just help our defense even more, because everybody feel like our defense is still going to keep us going 8-8. Like, I don't see how that's going to happen.
They saying that?
Like, it's people really out there saying we're going to be 500 and barely make the playoffs. Yeah. Disrespect is too real.
Man, oh man. All right, bro. Also, another contract extension was DeAndre Hopkins had signed a 2-year, $54 million contract, dog. $27 million a year? $42 million guaranteed for DeAndre Hopkins, bro. So he getting that bread, bro.
Not the D-Hop.
Yeah. And he's negotiated this deal himself, bro. Definitely shout out him for that, bro. A lot of people don't have the business sense. A lot of people get taken advantage of throughout these contracts and negotiations, but the fact that he came out on top getting $27 million a year, man, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I feel like the Cardinals is going to be one of my favorite teams to watch this year, because Kyler Murray got a year under his belt now. You still got Larry Fitzgerald, who is like the Vince Carter damn near of football, like still just being able to play and produce. Like that's just crazy. And
don't compare him to Vince Carter.
I'm talking about from a legacy standpoint. Oh my God.
You mean in longevity, not in legacy. In
longevity too.
No, in longevity, yes, but not in legacy. They're not close.
Okay, I give you that. Yeah, Larry.
Larry is like a top 3 receiver all time, top 3 to top 5 receiver all time. Because his yardage and his stats are solidified. Top 3 to 5 receiver all time, bro.
Okay, you can say 5.
I'm somebody who doesn't respect Jerry Rice, so I usually have him at 5 and mostly.
Well, Jerry Rice not in my top 3.
Yeah, he's not in my top 3 either. Stick him. Why does nobody mention that when we talk about? He admitted he used stick him, but nobody cares. But it was illegal. That just get me mad. But I got Calvin Johnson is definitely in my top 3. Obviously you got I'm blanking on his name. Randy number 1. Perfect.
Randy T.O.
I got T.O. at 3, and I got Calvin Johnson too.
I was about to say I might put Megatron in number 3.
Yeah. So I got Randy, Calvin, T.O. Larry Fitz, and then probably Jerry Rice. I don't even like putting him at 5. That's the crazy thing. I still don't like 5.
I'll put him at 5 just for the fact that he won the rings that he won. He put up the yards that he put up, and he created the legacy that he did. So yeah. I got to put him at 5 just for OG reasons.
But we do not talk about him using Stickum enough. We do. That should definitely dent his legacy, bro. You can't be the GOAT with that, bro. You cannot be the GOAT. I'm highly upset he's still considered.
Especially the way we criticize players for their gloves now in general. You had gloves and you put Stickum on the gloves? Oh, yeah. Oh, you wildin'.
Hey, and go check out my Lester Hayes video if y'all subscribe to me on YouTube. And I break down the whole situation with Jerry Rice. But it's people that were in the 70s that were using Stickum when it was legal that are being punished and are not in the Hall of Fame because of Stickum. When it was legal, though. And they're being punished for that. But Jerry Rice, who admittedly used Stickum, is still considered the GOAT. Just think of that. Just think of that, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's a crazy concept. So definitely go check out that video on Lester Hayes. Next is Jalen Ramsey got a 5-year, 105 M's, $21 million per year. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey. And also Keenan Allen got his contract extension. I think he's the highest paid receiver. He got a 4-year, $80 million contract extension. Everybody getting paid right now. I don't know where all this money come from, but everybody getting paid.
Hey, you made the point of NFL salary caps it's damn near finna be like baseball. I feel like basketball and football salary caps are damn near gonna hit baseball limits of where there is none within the next 10 years.
Yeah.
The way people just getting paid now is crazy.
And I was hearing that the salary cap could drop for this season, obviously with the obvious thought of the season being pushed back and maybe being canceled at one point in the season. But I'm hearing that it's still increasing, even with everything going on with the pandemic. Salary cap is still increasing, still going on like it should be, bro. So the players getting broke off like it, bro. So shout out to everybody getting paid, man. Definitely shout out. And let's move on to social media wants to know. First question: who needs to get fired more, or who needed to get fired more? Billy Donovan or Mike Budenholzer?
Mike Budenholzer.
Or Eagles?
I mean, it's obvious. Like you number one.
Explain yourself.
You the number one team in the league. Got the number one player in the league. Got the defensive player of the league, and supposed to be back-to-back MVP of the league, and you get sent home in the second round. Easily sent home in the second round.
Easily sent home.
After being sent home last year too, you were supposed to be the best team in the league last year too. Yeah, questions are definitely being aroused. I don't care that you don't have a solid number two player on your team. The talent on that team was great enough during the regular season for all the hype and entering the playoffs for all the hype. But now we looking like they need somebody to help Giannis.
Exactly.
Giannis ain't need no help all the way until now, and he don't want to put his big boy pants on to just carry them to the promised land. Like we asked all these other top stars to just carry their team when nothing else works. So I feel like the same treatment need to be held for Giannis. We need to hold Mike Budenholzer accountable for that, for the fact that we're seeing 2 seasons in a row where you just being sent home when you shouldn't be getting sent home.
And not even 2 seasons, bro. We just got to look at Bud's track record in general. Like, he goes to teams and obviously he gives them regular season success, because with the Hawks, he did the same thing with the Hawks when they won 60 games. They won 60 games. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Got swept by Bron. It wasn't even a competition.
Yeah.
He does the same thing with the Bucks. The Bucks are not good at making adjustments. Why is Giannis not playing more minutes in the playoffs? Like, the same thing he does in the regular season, he does in the playoffs.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me at all. I'm like, Giannis, why are you sitting down? Like, this is the time in your career where you could play damn near the whole game. So why are you only playing 30, 32 minutes? Like, that don't make sense.
And that's my point I was talking about last week of why are you listening to the coach? You know what your team is going through. You know your team is struggling right now on the court without you. You should tell the coach, hey, man, I'm in. What are you talking about? I need to be in the game. I can play, coach. Why am I sitting on the bench only getting 35-plus minutes? It's like, no, you need to be telling the coach, hey, I'm in. Because we seen it with LeBron before. LeBron done inserted himself in the games multiple times.
Like, he would literally get up off the bench and just walk over to the table. He wouldn't even look at Ty Lue, wouldn't even look at Coach Poe. He'd just literally walk to the table like, I'm getting in. Like, I need y'all to check that.
Exactly. And Giannis, if you want to be, if you're the back-to-back MVP right now, or supposed to be back-to-back MVP, you're supposed to have that type of power. And if you want to be on that LeBron tier, quote unquote, you should be doing the same things as LeBron, inserting yourself in the games, bro. So scrap what Bud's saying, bro. Get yourself in the game. Bud still isn't good at making adjustments. Yeah, a lot of adjustments were not made. He kept doing the same thing throughout the whole Miami Heat series, and that's they lost in 5 games. But I don't know if his 2 Coach of the Year MVPs, or 2 Coach of the Year should be revoked. We need to look into Bud. He ain't that good of a coach. I don't think he is.
I don't even feel like the series shouldn't have went 5 games. They should have got swept. They only won 1 game because Miami just literally took a night off.
We didn't game plan for just Middleton. We game planned for actually Giannis and Middleton. So when it became Middleton, they're a whole different team when Giannis is out of the game. So he wasn't game playing for that. That's what I'll chalk it up to. We still should have won that game. It was a lot of BS.
Oh, yeah, we still should have won that. I feel like we
weren't
shooting well that night, and we just, like you said, we had no answer for that system running through Chris Middleton.
Exactly. But you obviously seen the next game. We was ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But still, shout out to the Heat. And Bud should be still getting way more questions. Next one. Is the love fake in the league? Man, I seen the NFL today, bro. They gonna put in racism on the field for the game tonight. They put in racism and something else they put. You seen that post?
I seen the in racism, but
it was in racism. I know that was one of them, but it was something else too, bro. Is the love fake in the league, bro?
It's the NFL. I feel like most of what they do is fake for the most part. They put Colin Kaepernick on Madden, but you won't give him a job in real life. And let me just say something about that real quick, and I'll slide back to this topic. They put this man on Madden, He doesn't even look like himself. He looks like a created Madden character when you want to have a quarterback, but you want to be built like a 7-foot DN. Like, that's how he looks. Like, you don't even see his texture of his body just doesn't look real. He looks like a fake Madden character that they made on their own and was like, here, we're just going to allow this for all the rosters. Like, that's how he looks, and I have a problem with that. But segueing back into the real question, I feel like the love is fake in the NFL just for the fact that they never really are on the player's side with anything as opposed to the NBA and the MLB, where it's like you see the commissioners, you see owners like back up and coaches back up their players with a lot of stuff. But I just don't see that with the NFL. I don't see, other than them allowing people to put players' names on their helmets and putting the end racism on the field, the culture of the NFL is just so patriotic, and I put that in quotation marks. I just don't see them being pro-black, genuinely pro-black. For the ratings and stuff, yeah, they'll do it. But genuinely doing it, like I feel the NBA and MLB does, no, I don't see that.
Exactly, bro. I fully agree. Man, all of the owners are racist. Like, we have to admit it. And I still feel like that about the NBA, too. Even though, like, the commissioner and everybody shows love, I still feel like it's a lot of people on the top that don't come out and speak out enough against racism or against social injustice. A lot of people in the NBA, a lot of the owners, I feel like haven't come out enough to the defense of the players. And the NFL, I don't even think we heard a peep from any of the owners, the general managers, or anything regarding social justice throughout this whole time period. So it's just like, you can't put in racism on the ground and think that's love. That's what they said, they were gonna give us the Black National Anthem. Like you.
Oh, no, like. I don't even want that because it's like
exactly.
I don't even want that because first off, y'all only gonna do that maybe one game, but you'll do it one game for every team. You'll do it one game, and then it's just oh my god, like it's gonna be so much wrong with that. I can't even list everything that's gonna be wrong when they do that. Because first off, y'all, I'm gonna feel like y'all trying to be funny. Like first off, it's not. You're only gonna do it once. Second off, you're gonna be trying to be funny. Third off, if I see any white people disrespecting me, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Like, the last thing I need to see is white people taking a knee during the Black National Anthem. Oh my god, that's gonna be the most disrespectful. I know all white people are not racist. I know that, but that's just gonna be a moment where I'm just like, I'm not talking to y'all for a minute. Like, I'm just not gonna talk to y'all for a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Even when they say they're going to let players take a knee, I feel like it's going to be like some type of catch to it. I feel like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if they're going to get fined, but it's going to be like some talk around the league where they don't want players to be. There's going to be something weird surrounding it. Bro. So if you kneeling tonight, I want to see what the reaction is to the players kneeling. I want to see what the reaction is with the whites and everybody watching the game. I really want to see the reaction. I don't know if that will last the whole season, because if some people get that pressure on them, they don't continue to do it. They're not like that. They're not gonna keep doing it if they get criticized. They're gonna be like, all right, I don't want the pressure. So it's gonna be interesting to see how people come from the backlash, if they stand up, if they continue to kneel throughout the whole season. What else was my other question? And is every team in the NCAA tournament a good idea?
No.
Division 1 team? A good team?
I don't want to see 1 versus 347. I don't want to I just don't. Like, oh my God, I don't. If y'all please don't do this, please.
Hey, if y'all don't,
we're not gonna watch. We're not watching.
Hey, it was a story that came out this week that said that 15 of the ACC coaches have agreed to have all Division 1 teams make the NCAA tournament, and they are 347 Division 1 teams. So they want everybody to make the playoffs because we couldn't have a tournament last season. So they was like, man, for this season they just need to make it up. Everybody need to make it. So now,
the fact that it's 347 teams, you have to have a play-in spot and just only have a 1 through 36, being that you have to have an even number. So you have to have the 2 completely worst teams out of all 347 of these to play for that 346 spot.
But there should be a question if there should even be a season or not, maybe a little bit of a season, but the season not gonna be as long if you got all those teams in the tournament. The season probably gonna end in February, and then you're gonna start
probably before February.
Before February, yeah, my fault. It's probably gonna start beginning of February, I would say, and then it's gonna lean all the way until the end of March, early April, where it usually is. It's gonna be a whole lot. It's gonna be way more than one playing game. It's gonna be a whole lot of playing games, my G. And it would be interesting to see. I don't see this happening, but let's just say it does happen. Man, how would they even get the rankings right, bro? I couldn't even picture that. Yeah, it's just too much going on.
This sounds way too
Yeah, it is
like
just
I
too
said,
much.
we don't need it. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it till we get to the round of 32. So. I need that to be known.
It's a whole lot going on, but it is being discussed. I did want to just drop that fact. I mean, it is being discussed, but I don't see it. It's just too much going on. 300.
My natural lighting is going away. Cut my light on.
Yeah, but 347 teams, dog. That's well. I didn't know it was that many. I just looked it up before the pod. Man.
You thought I was playing when I said it. Like, I told you it was like 300 something.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, bro. Let's move on to entertainment, bro. And I really want you to dive into the Skip Bayless point because I seen the clip, but I want you to dive into it first, bro, about what he said about Dak Prescott.
So this week, Dak Prescott came out to the media and to everybody and explained how his brother passed. I didn't read into how his brother passed, but reading the article of him, explaining how that happened to where it bothered him so much emotionally because I think he lost his grandmother or mother or grandmother.
Grandmother.
Yeah, he lost his grandmother recently, and then now losing your brother and having to come out about that and just dealing with the depression so bad to where he felt like he couldn't even work out some days. Like, there were days he didn't want to work out. There were days he just didn't want to be social with anybody. And it just took a toll on him. And a lot of people in the world, in the United States, like, deal with depression. Like, a lot of us battle depression, whether it's from a loved one passing or just our personal experiences. But it can mess with you to the point where you just don't want to do anything. Or, worst case scenario, want to end your life and stuff like that. And Skip Bayless just really made a heartless comment. And the fact that he knew that he was going to get backlash for saying this, and he said it anyway, and he put the but in there. That's the part that bothered me. I'm a big advocate for people getting help, blah, 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 mentally, but you're the quarterback of America's team, and you need to find a way to put that in your back pocket and lead your team because the season is about to start. And I'm like, are you for real right now? Like, you're telling somebody that their personal experiences of losing loved ones and facing emotional and mental depression, that should be subsided for the fact that you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Not just a quarterback. He made sure to emphasize America's team. Like, you're the leader of America's team, so you need to put that away. I really just felt like that was just a jab at the fact that you don't see him as a human being. You see him as a worker, in a sense, basically. Like, you just took the complete human factor out of Dak Prescott. And the fact that that's your favorite team. Like, you should want the best for your players, no matter if they're on the field or not. So the fact that that's your favorite team, Skip Bayless, like, that was just completely, I didn't expect that from Skip. Skip be saying some wild shit, but I did not expect him to say that. I feel like as black people, we're always told to be strong and just get over it. We do that to ourselves in our own community. So I know it happens with people of other races against us. So the fact that black men especially are told we can't really be depressed about nothing, and if we are depressed, situations like this, we're told to get over it or it's not that serious, that makes us really uncomfortable to come out about our depression a lot of times. Yeah. So I was real disappointed in Skip with that. I didn't get to see any clip of what Shannon had to say in rebuttal to that, but I hope when I look later, I hope I can find any clips of Shannon actually going against that. Shannon, if you didn't say anything against Skip saying that, like, shame on you in that regard. You usually don't do anything wrong when it comes to stuff like this, but I feel like that's a moment where you have to check Skip and, like, really let him know, like, look, that's not something you should subside. That's something you should hope for the quarterback of your team to get over.
Yeah. Man, bro, and it's crazy. And that's why a lot of people don't come out to the media or just come out to the people, their community in general about things like that, such as depression, because it's such a vulnerable topic. And when somebody like Skip comes and attacks it like that, it's just like, man, this is why we don't do it in the first place, man. When we get knocked for going to therapy, when we get just knocked for expressing ourselves, bro, it's just like, it's going to be hard to do it again when we already been knocked. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dak doesn't come out and do this again and express himself. And it's crazy because for the media, that's what you want. You want somebody to be open. You want somebody to be honest. But somebody just knocks you or somebody just jabs at you like that, man. It's just like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going through it. Like you said, not just black folks, man. Just a lot of people are going through depression. So the fact that you're saying, oh, just because he's the leader of America's team, he got to get over it. It's just like you said.
We need to stop saying that. We need to stop saying that first off. Cowboys ain't been America's team since they won the Super Bowl. Like that. Yeah. If anything, the Patriots should be America's team. Like, they're literally the Patriots. Like, America, Patriots, like, it just goes together. Like, I don't know why people still, it's like with Lakewood. I don't call Lakewood Hollywood High no more. I really don't. It was barely Hollywood High when we got out of there, so I damn sure know it ain't Hollywood High now. I'm a Spartan.
It wasn't Hollywood High when we got there, bro.
It was Hollywood High. Freshman year, it was still Hollywood High.
I don't even know.
Freshman year.
Was we wearing uniforms freshman year?
No, that's why I said freshman year was still Hollywood High. Okay. After that, when we had to wear uniforms, I was like, yeah, it's downhill.
They sucked all of the hope, all the joy. It's crazy, man. But back to the Dak topic, bro. It's just real insensitive by Skip. When I watched it, bro, I felt disgusted to my stomach. Because like you said, bro, it's like, and I bang with Skip. I used to bang with Skip, man. But it's just like, man, I done heard you say some wild shit. Exactly. If you don't come out against black depression, mental health in general, it's just like, come on. But he knew he was in the wrong in the first place, but you still chose to say it.
Yeah.
You know better, though. You know better. I agree with everything Edgar said, man. Edgar done took all the words from me, man. So.
I don't feel like he should be canceled. You shouldn't cancel Skip, but this is a moment where you have to look at him and be like, you tripping. Like, you are not supposed to do that at all. Like, we got to give you a strike on that one, Skip, for real. I'm not going to cancel you because you're still a credible news source. Like, you an OG to the game. Like, you're still somebody that people want to watch and want to listen to, whether we agree with you or not with topics. But that was a moment where, you shouldn't have did that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man, because I just told Edgar before the pod, I was like, man, once LeBron get out of here, once LeBron retires, Skip out of here. They're going to get Skip out of here. I don't know how old Skip is, but they're going to get Skip out of here. He known for being a Braun hater, and when Braun retired, man, Skip out of here. With comments like these, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes sooner than later, honestly.
Yeah. And Skip is somebody who usually stands up for black people for the most part. Like, he uses his platform to speak out against social injustice, against police brutality, and he asks questions. If he doesn't understand stuff, he asks any questions, so he can get a better understanding on stuff. So the fact that, like you said, like we wasn't expecting him to say nothing like that. Out of all the wild shit you say, that has to be the wildest shit. So.
Shame on Skip, man. Shame on Skip. Let's talk about this Doris Burke situation, bro. Doris Burke is going to become the first person to be on ESPN or the radio broadcast in general this far into the playoffs. I think she's going to do the Eastern Conference and the finals.
She's going to be the first woman in history to be an analyst for the NBA Finals. She's going to be there the whole finals.
Man. So is she like the GOAT?
Oh, yeah.
Woman reporter? Woman in sports? Like,
oh, yeah. I don't put nobody above Doris. Like, I can't even think of nobody else off the top of my head. Like, because Doris know more than a lot of dudes out here.
Oh, facts.
Her knowledge on the game is superb. She clicks with all the players so well. Like, you never hear her getting bad mouth about by any players or anything like that. She's just a strong face for the women in sports to show like, hey, we can do this too. I might be one of the only 2 or 3 women doing this, but we could do this too. So shout out to Doris Burke for making history with that. Coming soon. We gonna see her face and hear her voice a lot in the finals. So shout out to Doris on that. I love Doris.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Doris, man. Like I said, she definitely the GOAT woman in sports. I can't even think of anybody else to put above her, honestly. Just like reporting in general. She been doing it for a minute too.
Yeah.
So she done paid her dues, and now she out to top of the top right now, bro.
Some people were saying they're surprised it ain't happened sooner.
Facts. I was asking the same thing. I was surprised that didn't happen sooner. Like, the first women to call a game so late in the game. I'm actually surprised that didn't happen. Because I know Kara Lawson calls the WNBA games, but they were saying that she doesn't call games that late really into the season either. So I was like, damn, Kara Lawson? Even though she is WNBA, not NBA. I was like, that kind of blew me too.
Even still, like, that's literally y'all sport, and you're not even doing it that far into that. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. But shout out to Kara Lawson, though. I think she's the coach of Duke right now. But I think she's black too. Black woman. Yeah. So shout out to Kara Lawson. Let's talk about Tyler Perry for a little minute. Tyler Perry is a billionaire now, bro. We already seen that he had his own studio. I heard that he's building his own little crazy estate now in Atlanta. So he's really starting to get to that billionaire status where you can see it now. You can really see it, bro. So were you surprised by this news?
Oh no, I seen it coming. Yeah, they say he's supposed to be building an airport soon too. I don't know if it's supposed to be
airport. Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be a public airport or just an airport for people to come to the studio when they're trying to do stuff. But the fact that you're building an airport in general, like, that's money that's just going to make itself for you. Like, shout out to Tyler Perry. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that he reached the amount of success that he reached with being in a dress and making stereotypical movies and shows a lot of times. But, hey, the movies and shows and plays that this man did are so cornerstone to our community and cornerstone to black entertainment. He done created so many opportunities for black actors, actresses, just so many film producing jobs in general. Tyler Perry done had his hands in. So I don't care what negative stuff you got to say, the positive will always outweigh the negative.
Yeah. I did not know he was eating off Madea like that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That's crazy. I know he was high. But when I heard he was a billionaire, I was like, nah, that's crazy. I didn't know he was that high.
The movies and TV shows that he done been a part of, and the executive producing stuff that he done did.
So definitely shout out to Tyler Perry, bro. So how many black billionaires now? Oprah, Jay-Z, Diddy.
We just talking about American ones? Or?
Oh yeah, American ones. The ones I know. Yeah.
Jay-Z, Diddy, Oprah, Tyler Perry.
The only one I'm thinking about. I feel like I'm forgetting one. What's the dude that gave money to Morehouse? Is he a billionaire?
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
Was he not a billionaire dude that gave money to Morehouse? Smith, I think his name was.
Black American billionaires: Oprah, Michael Jordan, Aliko Dangote. Way more black billionaires than I thought it was.
Oh yeah, Robert Smith. This is what I'm talking about right here. For gold. Robert Smith.
Yeah.
This is the one who gave money to Morehouse.
A lot of them I can't pronounce their names. These can't all be from America.
Nah, they're not.
I literally typed in Black American billionaires. They gave me everything other than America.
Yeah, bro, that's definitely crazy. And that Aliko Dangote is the highest. He got 10.6 billion.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Aliko.
Oprah got 2.7. Robert Smith got 5. I don't know anybody else.
MJ got 1.9.
1.9, yeah. Hey. Well, they give you the years too. Dang. These dudes really been racking up, bro. Man, definitely congratulations on that. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But let's.
Here it is. Right.
What you got?
Let me see. All right. There are 614 billionaires in the U.S. and only 7 of them are black. We got Tyler Perry, Jay-Z. I forgot Kanye West, MJ, Oprah, David Stewart, and Robert Smith.
Mm-hmm. I guess Tyler Perry is the 8th one.
Yeah, Tyler Perry was last.
Yeah, Tyler Perry, the 8th one. So shout out to all the billionaires. We got 8 of them in there, bro. Definitely trying to get more in the future, bro. All right, man. Let's talk about this OBJ shit show, man. Whole lot was coming. Whole lot of information was coming out about damn OBJ.
I really don't want to talk about this. I really don't want to talk about this.
We ain't got to spend too much time, man. But I did want to tap, or at least touch on it a little bit, man. The same people we were talking about. Didn't we talk about them a couple weeks ago? It was them same girls that were on the No Jumper podcast.
Yeah, because the Phoenix Suns situation.
Yeah, the girl from the Phoenix Suns. So they were back on. So it was Selena Powell and her friend was back, and she was interviewing. I think they said it was Chief Keef, ex-girlfriend,
one of his baby
mama. Yeah, so it's just like, man. And the baby.
Who are these girls? Like, why have they?
I don't know. I don't know
who they are. They just came out when they was like, "We finna just start saying some wild shit." Like, I'm like, what?
And that's really what they're doing, bro. They causing a stir on the TL, like the old girl with that. What she said last week too? She had said the Phoenix Sun thing. She had said something else.
Oh, damn, what did she say?
Trey Songz. She had said something about Trey Songz.
Yeah. It was Trey Songz that segued into the Phoenix Suns situation.
Yeah. So man, them girls definitely making money. But Chief Keef baby mama had said that OBJ had hit her up one day and wanted her to send him a video of her shitting, and then OBJ wanted to meet her in person so she could shit on his chest. That's what she said. OBJ hasn't denied or confirmed any of these allegations, but that's just what's out in the air.
I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about it.
I'm trying to update the people, man. I'm trying to update them. I don't believe any of this is true. The girl was wearing Christian Dior flip flops. I was like, I don't know what's going on. They were missing the I in Dior. I was like, I don't know if I can respect her. She wearing out here wearing fake shoes, fake slippers, and it just something didn't feel right about the story. All of the girls just give me that fake vibe. They just want to clout chase. So I don't know. No comment.
I'm not saying anything on this. I'm not. I refuse. It already was like, I was like one of the last people to read what happened on it. Anyway, I was like, I really don't want to read this. All I keep seeing is shit emojis by everybody. I'm like, I'm not reading this. I'm not.
Oh man, OBJ.
Like, the last story that I really read about OBJ was he was in like France or Italy with a model that was doing cocaine while he was eating pizza or something like that. That was the last story I really read on OBJ. And I was like, yeah, I can't keep reading stories like this about this guy. I just can't.
Man, OBJ. We ain't gonna dive too much into that, man. I just wanted to update y'all, man. And let y'all decide if y'all believe it or not. But last topic of the day is SZA's new song that she just dropped. SZA and Bryson Tiller had dropped last week on Friday. SZA had dropped a song called Hit Different, and Bryson Tiller had came out with a song called Inhale. I love Bryson Tiller. I really do. He in my top 10 artists, but that song was garbage. We needed him better. We needed something better. Both of these people were missing since 2017 for 3 years. Bryson Tiller didn't come strong enough, but SZA came with it.
Yeah, SZA came back. I ain't gonna lie.
SZA came with it.
I don't know why they both took 3-year breaks like that. That made no sense to me. Because they were both at the top when they came out. Like, when they broke out that year, they was on top of the world. Everybody was waiting for the next project for both of them. And they was like, nah, we'll see y'all later. I was just like, yeah. Like, I hate when people do that. I don't like when people drop heat and then they just go missing.
Yeah. Especially SZA, man. You dropped the classic with Control. And then you leave us for 3 years. But mind you, she did have something wrong with her voice at one year. She did have something wrong with her voice, so she couldn't even sing properly. So she had to get back to talking right. So I'm guessing everything done worked out. So she back to singing. But I remember that was a story I did read. But for Bryson Tiller, he had no excuse. No, he been booed up and all that other shit. Oh, nigga, you need to come back with some heat next time you drop.
Literally.
And I really feel like, and I don't want to be that guy that, because I've seen other people on the TL say it. He might be somebody who makes better music when he's sad. He's not when he's not happy and he's not married and things like that, when everything isn't working out in a relationship.
You feel the pain in the music.
You can feel the pain, and you know what I'm saying? So you can always go to Bryson Tiller when you pain, or when you a side nigga, or something like that. You can always run to Bryson Tiller.
Like that with Future. It's like that with Future all the time. Future best music is when he's on savage mode and he's like, I'm just sleeping with whoever I want to sleep with. Like, that's when Future is at his best.
Exactly. We heard the same things about The Weeknd. When he happy, he don't make the same type of music. It might be the same thing.
The only tape that literally stood out and Future was in a relationship, at least publicly in a relationship, was High Off Life. I put High Off Life as one of his best tapes of all time, and he was with Lori Harvey when he made that. So that's the only tape that he made when he was like really taken and happy.
That boy about to drop some heat now though. After Lori Harvey lost, oh man, I know I'm gonna get my bitch back. We gonna get that Future back. It's funny he did get his bitch back this year, but we got a hit. We got a hit with that song though. We still got a hit. But shout out to Bryson Tiller and SZA though. I'm expecting better from Bryson Tiller on the next song. Let's move on to Pass the Ox. What's your song of the week, my brother?
Pass the Ox song of the week. I've been on my Summer Walker flow again lately. I love summer, and I just been playing.
What's better, that Summer Walker album or that Control album?
Summer Walker.
Ooh.
Yeah. Over it was that shit was heat. What song I've been playing off of that the most? Potential. I love that song. Potential by Summer Walker is a classic.
I like the one with Usher. What's that one with Usher?
Come
through. I always skip Potential too. I always skip Potential.
Come through. Potential, like, just let it ride out. Like, you gonna like, hey, you gotta be driving that night when that song come on. Like, that shit hit different.
That's the one. You got potential.
Yeah, that's that shit.
Yeah. So what did you say? Song of the week?
Potential.
That was the one? Okay. All right, my song of the week is it's gonna be a Talib Kweli song. But it will be Just Begun by Talib Kweli, Jay Electronica, and J. Cole. But that's an old track. 2010. That's back when Talib Kweli was in his bag. So I was back listening to that this past week, bro. But that is the podcast. Edgar, and with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_N_E_Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Q&E Podcast. Click the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit all so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on there. Quincy's Twitter is Q_Hicks3. Mine is Edgar Martin 97. You can follow Quincy on Instagram at QHicks Production, and you can follow me at Edgar Martin Official.
Yes, sir. And you can subscribe to us on all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and wherever you listen to your podcast. And subscribe to me on YouTube. Type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar, and you will see my name. I'm the first one, so definitely subscribe to that. And that is it for the podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening. We out. Peace.